Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to League of Legends here on the Generals Gentlemen First Championship for League of Legends. I am Energy Machine of the Generals Gentlemen.
I'm Squizmar from the Gentlemen, as well as
Well, you
from
butchered
Q-Dale.
that, didn't you?
I'm Squizmar from Generals Gentlemen and Q-Dale.
Fantastic. So on the left-hand side is our blue team. We do have a psychologist who left the game, and he is... Oh, game pause. I mean, that's fair enough.
There we go.
So that's team SK Telecom.
Is blue.
As blue, and for that we do have Sneaky Devil as our Vi. We have Rigid as Leona, Raimi as the Shyvana in the top lane, Raiden as the Sivir, and a Psychologist as our mid lane Cassiopeia.
Yeah, and going on to the red team, which is Team Swag. Barrel of Goon in the mid lane, playing Lux in the bottom lane. We got Damix on Thresh. We have in the top lane Harry playing Teemo in the jungle. We got Patchface on Nautilus having a bit of a lane position swap there. And in the bottom ADC lane we got Jinx playing Tuka 1 playing Jinx.
Yeah, and so this is the grand finals now, as they did sort of both smash their competitors in the semi-finals in a very one-sided display.
Both sides one-sided, so...
That's a bit of a tricky one to say, isn't it? Yeah, and so they are competing for the honor of being the best team out of 3 other teams, and the $50 of Riot points that we are kindly donating from our own pockets here. So, as we were discussing pre-game, some very interesting picks here from Team Swag with the Teemo and the Nautilus. Some 2 picks that you really don't see a lot.
Yeah, Teemo picking up the dagger. I don't exactly know why he's picked up the dagger there.
It's attack speed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the attack speed, man. So that's going to be interesting top lane. Probably getting as many auto attacks off as we possibly can. Shyvana's tried to counter that and pick up the cloth. I think we need a bit of the swapsies in the...
Oh, we do indeed, yes.
Yeah, we may do. But yeah, Team Swag looking to get some control. Quick early kill. No flashes used. Shyvana died with dignity without using her flash.
Well, that's good, Liz. You don't want to burn the flash when it's in vain.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she couldn't really escape, could she? She was too far away to flash over here, and I don't think she could. I mean, there was the 2 grabs followed by the snare, and the Lux snare didn't wear off. And she died before the snare actually finished. So, nice work there, Team Swag. Definitely, they need to get this early advantage because the team comp can be quite tricky to make work. But actually, is that a lane swap here?
Yeah, it is a lane swap.
Raiden and Rigid going in the top lane here.
Well, that's why Shyvana was down the bottom lane. Raimi was got caught in their dry brush, so it kind of makes sense to put them in the top lane.
Oh, Harry actually getting caught as well now. The damage is quite nice. Harry has the flash, but the Boomerang Blind Ignite got their kill, so that has evened it out here as we are on 1 for 1. So nice work and nice catch. I just don't think that our Teemo here would have expected them to be waiting in the tribal.
That's great. I hate Teemo so much, and nothing against you, White Harry, but I really don't like playing.
I'm sure White Harry is a fantastic person.
Yeah,
but just quickly, is the sound balance okay? We really want to make sure the sound balance is good, and keep in mind in engagements it'll be louder than what it is now in the laning phase here.
Yeah.
But Barrel of Goon incredibly low. Flashes for the Wind Fangs as well. The follow-up is quite nice. Patchface flashing over the wall. The shield barely keeping Barrel of Goon alive. I believe the Ignite was popped as well from Psychologist. Look at the damage! He is taking down Patchface as well. Wow.
He just got to level 2. That's at level 2 Cassiopeia Spike. I don't believe Lux even got to level... No, Lux is level 2 as well.
Even Why Harry almost getting died by the looks of it here, being forced back way into his inner turret, and Patchface trying to get his red buff. It should be fine.
Not a single CS to you, Teemo. It's quite a lot of punishment.
Oh, nice work there. Harry burning the flash. Rigid taking a couple of tower shots. Boomerang Blade as well. They may even get the kill here. Her pops the flash, and the passive as well will give her the extra movement speed to actually finish that off. Patchface incredibly low, getting his red buff.
Teemo actually got the first blood there at pretty much the start of the game, so that's really nullified that gold lead gone towards him. So it's pretty much that first blood didn't even happen really. And Oka and Damix looking to really push that bottom lane right now. Rami dropped really low.
Yeah, isn't he getting a lot of farm here, being in that 2v1 lane? Patchface going for a gank, actually, being Zenith bladed into a tower shot. Not the best work there. And so yeah, this is actually going pretty crazy here. That's 2 kills in the top lane now, isn't it? As we have 2 kills for Raiden on the Sivir. That could go out of hand if she gets like a really early BF sword. That could just scale incredibly hard.
Well, that Boomerang Blade is just going to chunk people. Now they've done the lane swap down the bottom lane. Why Harry is now versing Raimi. I would still like to watch this because Teemo's still level 1 while Raimi's level 3. He's still choosing to engage, and that burnout is just absolutely devastating. You'd be able to like trade, farm, and everything. Oh,
Especially with the flame growth as well. We see Harry getting really far pushed back, and Raimi's going to completely zone him out of the lane. He's still level 1. Going to have a hard time here, but in the top lane actually may be a bit of a wonky engagement as Nicky Devil is now in the lane with both of the buffs here. Damage actually getting focused. He's close to his tower, can pull him in with Death Sentence and the Blade. Damage back off them now. Boomerang Blade doing a little bit of damage there. Raiden taking the zap with the spell shield.
3 mana please. Yeah, Raimi the bottom lane. Just still trading, throwing out that Dragon Breath on a Teemo, making sure he's not going to get too close to Raimi. If he does, he can just pretty much use the proc of the Flame Breath to deal so much damage onto my Harry again. Also, Teemo relies on mana while Raimi can just spam out a bunch of abilities. Oh, he can damage.
Raimi getting caught by Harry and Patch Face here will slow him down. Nautilus has a lot of stuns. The Ignite and the Poison's getting the kill. Patch Face picking that one up. So that's really what they needed to get, was that kill onto Shyvana, because now Harry has a lot of time, a lot of easy time farming the lane.
Yeah, pretty good. That Nautilus was a decent pick there. He's just walked in. It was a bit cocky though. Of,
no ward, yeah.
No ward, yeah. No ward from Raimi, and being so extended against a Teemo who can blind you, potentially, as well as a Nautilus who can catch you out and do a lot of CC. So I think he was got to be very confident there.
Because Nautilus, yeah, he has his passive snare, he's slow, his red buff, there's a lot of CC utility in those tanks. Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, good call. Cool. Ruby actually getting pulled as well. Speaking of his devil here, damage though getting stunned and focused as well, but Raiden will get kept back by now. The damage from Tuka is ridiculous. Actually exhausting Reed here. The Zap for the slow as well, flashing out of that one, but the Rocket, Ignis getting the kill, flashes as well from Tuka. Can she land the last auto attack? They're both so low. Psychology's getting bursted down here as well. The Zap didn't quite get the kill for the, because of the barrier rather, Balagoon getting a kill onto Psychologist here. So Team Swag are actually doing incredibly well.
Yeah, they're doing good. This Nautilus pick's working out for him. Every gank he's done this game, he's gotten something out of it. He's either gotten a kill or given something away. He's on 3. He's been there for 3. He's been there for nearly all their kills, except for the 1v1s in the, when they took out Teemo straight away at the start of the time.
Which team is on his team?
Oh, well, I don't know. What about? He's been there for a lot of the players.
Yeah, so I still don't think the Teemo pick is going to really pay off yet, but the Nautilus, you're right, definitely has been doing quite well. And he is going for the Spirit Stoners. No surprise there at all. You see, what do you think he's going to go for? The health one?
I reckon
the
golems. Yeah, it makes sense to go golems. Like, he doesn't really need the Elder Lizard buff and do extra damage. Plus, it opens up more options to get boots. He doesn't have to go straight for Merc Treads. He can go sort of like a Ninja Tabby, or he can even go moves mobility boots to run around the map and be able to help his team as much as he possibly can. So it's quite good. Good night, Floor Ninjas.
Yeah, YH Harry is actually back on even levels here. Level 5 against level now 6 of Raimi, so he definitely needed that gank from Nautilus, because now he is pretty much on even par. Unless Raimi goes for an engage with the Dragon's Descent before Teemo gets his shrooms. It's sort of a big power spike when they hit 6. Riga going in may actually land a stun. Nope, damage just pull back off from that. We'll land a ward on the tribe, which is very, very important here. But I think for now, Harry's going to be feeling a lot better about himself, getting some farm now back in that bottom lane here. Yeah, he's only on 32, whereas Shyvana is a little bit more on 42. Skeletor is adding up a lot less than it was before.
Yeah, it is. Vi's actually coming in now.
Top off battery and a Dragon's Descent. That's going to be a dead Teemo. Yeah, it's a lot of sort of engaged potential with the 2 long-range ults.
Yeah, he's just does a great job there. Teemo getting absolutely exploded from the dive force of Shyvana and Vi. So congrats, Raimi and Sneaky Devil. It's a pretty good pick though. It just locks him down, stops him from really doing a lot of damage in every team fight. If he is getting ahead, which I don't think he will be, he's really just picked up his stinger now.
Nautilus couldn't defend his tower there. Sneaky Devil and Raimi just focused it down hard. Barrel Lagoon incredibly low actually, having to burn the barrier. A couple of tower shots onto a Psychologist here. Burning, yeah, both of that. No, didn't actually burn the Ignite, so he may have picked up the kill had he actually used that Ignite.
I don't know about the cooldown there. I think it wasn't back until just then.
Oh.
But yeah, it was a good job from Lux throwing out her shields as much as he possibly can, as well as using that barrier and saving it for the last possible second to actually use it just in case, because Psychologist actually turret dive to actually pop the barrier off.
spell shield deflecting that death sentence. Yeah, it's like a pretty long projectile time. Like you can kind of see it coming and deflect it with a fair bit of notice because like not only does it stop, he also throws it. Play though, not quite as much notice. They're going into the box and it will actually work quite late onto Raid. The really will get locked down for now. But they're focusing Leona. Gets the solar flare to Tuka here. Fleet of Foot has been, on the hunt has been topped now for the extra movement speed. And Raiden in a 1v2, Rigid is too low to contribute, so we'll back off for now. No kills on either side.
Yeah, they were fucking Damaris there. Also, Devil looking to come and make some moves. Norris also moving in at the same time. Been spotted out from the ward inside the
Both
red
got
buff.
double brushes actually goes with the dredge line. Didn't quite land a Sneaky Devil though, but it does go onto the wall. So the jungler's being there just in time. Psychologist actually getting incredibly low, but Lux is out of abilities here. Needs just one final spark actually connects for that one. Nice work, Barrel Lagoon, turning that lane around.
That was a great job. I was not expecting it to go this way at all. I really thought it was just going to be really one-sided, but it's quite even right now. It's bit back and forth. One person getting ahead. Oh, Nautilus sitting.
Oh, dredge line onto Rigid. Nice work there. Can he land the dredge line? There we go. Rigid will get locked down even further, and the Death Rocket will claim the kill. So Tuka picking that one up, and they can push this tower. Raiden bites himself in a 1v3, but Sneaky Devil will move up to the top lane to help him out.
Yeah, they will be pushing that part down, but in the meantime, in the bot lane, Raimi just pushing this down as much as he can, picking up the farm and keeping White Harry away from the minion line. He's choosing to fight. I don't think he will now because it's been double shroomed. But yeah, it's a turret each and 1k gold, just under 1k gold difference in Team Swag's favour.
Yeah, so nice work, Team Swag, and if they can sort of keep this lead, then they'll do pretty well. But I think as it gets more and more into the late game, and there's more emphasis on those team fights, the Teemo pick is going to start to sort of fall off. He really sort of is about split pushing, I think, drawing away the team, and then using his farm ability, as well as the Shrooms locking down their ability, sort of getting those 5v4 engagements, whilst the other team sort of split pusher is still not in the engagement there. And so looking at the CS, we do see a pretty big lead here for Jinx. Tuka on 79 coming back to lane with the BF sword, as well as the double Dorans and the Vamp Scepter, whereas Raiden only has the pickaxe and the Vamp Scepter, as well as that Doran's Blaze. Not quite looking as strong.
No.
Oh, actually no, but it has boots. She has Berserker Greaves. Raimi actually getting caught by the Zap, and doesn't quite run into a shrew, unfortunately.
Yeah, just picking up that boots. Should probably just keep up with, run up with, if he was fighting Teemo, those boots become a lot more handy compared to more damage, because you can't keep up with someone who can't do damage to people who can't keep up with them. So what's the point?
Ooh, actually, she stole it with the Vault Breaker and the Smart. Raimi going into the team now with the Dragon's Descent. Harry's out of mana. Sneaky Devil is out of health. A Death Rocket doesn't quite get the kill, but the poisons do from Harry. Ashface going to Psychologist here. Will get focused down though, having to burn the flash from that one. Harry's still out of mana here though. He's going to get focused down hardcore. The Shrooms will finish it. The poison from the Psychologist will finish him off for now. And so that was actually a 2 for 1.
Yeah, it didn't go too bad actually. Sneaky Devil taking the death for the team and getting that dragon, and the rest of the team doing a pretty good job of cleaning that up. So that was awesome. They really scrapped something out of there, and it's on even gold now, even though they're behind in kills and turrets. So that really stopped the gold going towards Team Swagger.
That was a nice steal, and they really needed that. Yeah, that just took things up. They will lose this mid turret though. Ooh. Oh, actually no, it will survive for now. Really getting caught by the dredge line and the knock up there as well. So Rigid incredibly low. The patch base gets taken out as well. Psychologist picks up that one. Rigid, one more match, finishing him off now. Sneaky Devil taking through everything here. Vault Breaker doesn't quite go over the wall, misplace it. But the Shroom actually will claim the kill. Nice work, Harry, with his pro CVOP Shroom placement there, and they will back off for now. Psychologist as well, so Team Swag may push that middle turret.
Yeah, they didn't even get the other mid turret, Team SK, so it was unfortunate. No, Archon Hawk isn't here at the moment. He's busy dancing on the D4, I believe.
Well, I'm not sure, but Rani may push this tower in the bottom lane here. Patchface moving in to force him off for now, but I think in an engagement, Rami could definitely take out Patchface. He's more about sort of the utility, where the damage of Rami is quite nice in the Shyvana.
Yeah, he has the Blade, the Ruin King. Sorry, he has the Cutlass on him as well, going straight for that Blade of the Room King Rush. But yeah, I don't think it's very nice to fight. Then Nautilus so close to the hot wall.
Solidly locking down Harry. Dreadnought on the Psychologist though, the flay as well, but the damage from Rigid may finish off Harry with an Ignite here though, and damage as well is pretty low. The Psychologist taking tower shots, and will flash into a Shroom, I believe. Raiden getting the tower in the middle lane, but in the blue actually. Rami will go for an engagement onto Patchface and Lux, but we'll back away.
That could have been a saved Psychologist then. That turret was on like 10 health. It was one auto attack away from death. If Psychologist even like auto attacked that turret before using his twin bites and auto attacks onto Damerix down to the turret, I think he could have lived.
Did he actually flash onto a Shroom?
I didn't see the
thought he
flash
did,
Shroom.
yeah. It looked like it, but Barrel of Good now will try and push through this mid lane. The mid turret here from SK Telecom is still pretty damn low. But yeah, their team comes really well, and their gold is so even. I mean, it's 21.7 as opposed to 22. So I think the next team part may really decide this. The dragon won't be available for a while, so they can't really fight over the dragon. The next objective of choice will probably be one of these turrets, either the middle one. I think Spinal Spike will clear out the minions. Barrel Lagoon is pretty low on mana here, so can't really engage anytime soon.
Yeah, Barrel Lagoon has no mana regen items besides her Doran rings on her, while Cassiopeia has, Psychologist actually picked up that Fiend, so she gets a lot of mana regen, and the blue buff, so you can just spam out abilities all day long. Jinx picking up and finishing the Bloodthirster, so that's a big power ramp up in damage, while Siva's backing off now, but she does not have a huge power spike. And yeah, there's the BF Sword. Might be even seeing Infinity Edge on coming out from Shyvana.
Duka's actually on the most gold in the game with the most farm and most kills, so she's looking really strong. Raimi popping at the mover speed there, I believe, being out of that one.
Teemo actually has 4 kills now.
Teemo as well as 4 kills, I think.
Yeah, but
wow.
I don't know. It's all wasted on his death. See, that's
a good fight. Also, will get caught here by the snare from Lux, but the poisons may finish her off. The shield actually going to save her for now. Patchface being focused, locked down by Solar Flare and the Zenith Blade, so Patchface definitely in trouble. Really will pick up that kill. And meanwhile, Raiden's still farming the bottom lane. Damex can't really do anything about that.
Patchface got a bit of taste of his own medicine, get absolutely locked down by the enemy team there. Just all the CC from Sneaky Devil and Rigid just keeping him on one spot. I don't really move very much in that engagement. It was,
nope, too much lockdown there indeed. So Dragon spawning in 1 minute 30. I really want to see these teams position for that dragon, because I think that will make a huge impact. Not only the gold you get from dragon, but just sort of who gets killed in that dragon fight, because they're both in a pretty even spot. I mean, there's no deaths on the board, so they really can go for that dragon. That being said though, I mean, Rami may try and split push that top turret.
There's less than 50 gold difference between them. It says 2 point... Oh, here we go. Now it's 200 gold difference between them. Now 3... Oh, there we go. Starting to ramp up a bit more into the Team Swag sphere. But yeah, but in comparison, now Shyvana going ahead, not too far though, only about 16 ahead of Teemo's, while the only noticeable difference is the ADCs with 10 gold, 10 CS between them. So there's no huge, actually no junglers. There we go, 40, nearly 35 each. Game master volume needs to go down.
I fixed that, that's fine, don't worry. But look, the Bloodthirst is going to make a huge difference, because Siva hasn't quite finished her item set, so Jinx is going to be a lot more powerful in this next engagement, as Damex actually getting a fair bit of damage there. And look, Swagger really trying to push this middle turret by the looks of it here, as Raimi tries to split push, and Harry actually will have a fair bit of damage with his poisons and his sort of mobility now, but Rigid actually will ward this dragon just to make sure there's no wards from the team. Actually, but Dame's going really deep, pops the box, but may get focused out. Final Spark ripping through all of them. Patchface going in now as well. Death Rocket actually almost claims Raiden. The dredge line didn't quite connect, and they're going to chase them down. And Rami's in the back line, so gets hit by the Zapdos. So Dragon's Descent was knocked back by the Flay, and the Lucent Singularity will lock down Rami. Damex actually will get finished off here, and that Psychologist getting the Petrify just in time, but not for the poison. Sneaky Devil is incredibly low here, gets finished off, and Swagger ripping through the team. Rigid is going to flash over the Shroom. Nice work for Harry, will follow him up and finish him off, and going to go for this dragon. So that is a 4-for-1. Nice play there from Team Swag.
That went really well for Team Swag there. SK was in a really powerful position. Shyvana was coming down, Timo was still in the top lane, coming behind, but that Neasley Rod pickup for Lux did a great job in that team fight, picking up 3 of the squishies all in her one final spark, causing them to disengage, and from that, Patchface came in.
The snare didn't quite land on, well, hit Sneaky Devil, but not the rest of the team. Final Spark did a fair bit of damage, but that is the ult blown now.
Yeah.
For Battle Lagoon.
That death sentence actually pulled a psychologist out of the hitbox of pretty much Barrel of Goon and Tokers, so it didn't go very well then. Damix probably using his ability a little bit too early there. And yeah, it's not too great. There's no actually attack speed items coming out from Shyvana.
Look at the trades here from Harry. Great Sepo may finish him off here. The poisons will tick, and the Shroom as well will secure that one. So Raimi biting off a little bit more than he could chew, but worth the try. It was almost he walked away from that one.
Yeah, I think he knew he was dead, and he just fought it because he still wanted to pick up some gold.
That's true, yeah, because Harry can chase him with the move quick, and the damages over time may have just killed him anyway.
Timo picking up that Leandre's Torment, that's going to be quite powerful in this game, considering both Rigged and Raimi pick up a lot of health.
Psychologist getting grabbed, the light line being quite simple, the dredge line going in, the box is cancel the dredge line. He was way too in deep to actually follow through the dredge line, so that's pretty much all of the ults burnt from Team Swag here. It's a bit of a blow, but now Team SK Telecom are pretty low.
Yeah, they probably will not be able to fight this efficiently enough. They might have to back off, but they probably will still be able to hold this turret to the best of their abilities. Psychologist needs to wait for someone to get locked down by Sneaky Devil and just follow through with a lot of abilities. Rigged can follow up after that, and then Raimi can come in with his tankiness and just clean up the best of his abilities. As long as he doesn't hit through the zone. Unfortunately.
Psychologist playing a very risky game here. He's very far forward despite the lockdown with the light binding, dredge line, and death sentence. She needs to be a little bit further back, I believe, because that's what happened before. She got caught by that death sentence, and that almost sort of collapsed the team after that.
I'm not sure why not they're using like the 4-man sniping abilities of Lux, Thresh, Jinx, and Nautilus. Why aren't they using all their skill shots one after the other to like make
they're
someone...
trying. Final Spark actually, no, Solar Flare rather, onto Damix actually will lock him down to now, but Raiden's incredibly low. Final Spark doesn't land because of the flash, and now Damix gets taken out there. Light Binding missed the rest of the team, and meanwhile, Tuka getting locked down by his whole battery. Dragon's Ascent onto Harry. He's going to get bursted down here, but Patchface is looking pretty strong. Rigger gets the kill onto Harry. Now, Rigger's pretty low himself. Meanwhile, Barrel Lagoon got shut down by Vi, and now Rami running for his life. The damage from Tuka's quite nice, and there is the dredge line and the rocket for the kill, and that is almost an ace. Only Raiden getting out of that one.
Yeah, Raiden's flashing out of the Final Spark, living for that, and alright, for a dredge line there, Raiden. Probably be able to spell shoot it away anyway. But yeah, they got a really good sieging comp actually. I didn't really see this too much until like it's been put into practice. They can just like zone through all their skills.
Oh man, look at the speed boost here from Jinx with the passive, almost taking Raiden out. Gotta be careful, you don't want to stay under the tower after, you know, that the passive she gets. So losing 2 turrets in the mid lane, that is a huge blow. And the gold is skyrocketing here for Team Swag, 40,000 to 33, looking very strong as Dragons respawning in just over a minute.
Yeah, some good items coming out. Lux still has not picked up any mana regen items, but has finished the death cap, so that's a lot of power coming out from her abilities when she does land them. Cassiopeia trading damage for pretty much more abilities, more mana, so she doesn't do as much damage as what Lux does immediately. Oh, and the Void Staff coming out, wow. So there's no real magic resist items besides the Merc Treads coming out, but when she does hit people, it will shred them.
I like how there's a lot of shrooms here, because Damix is always trying to land those death sentences sort of around this bush, and with those shrooms, it means that if someone gets caught and they go to sort of engage onto Damix's Thresh, then you can sort of walk into those shrooms and really slow them down.
Yeah, as well, the Leandre's Torment will like do a lot of...
Oh, Vault Breaker didn't quite land. The Shroom slowing him down. The damage from Teemo is ridiculous. Final Spark doesn't quite find its mark. There's a Shroom there though. Solid Battery and a Dragon's Descent, but flashes over the wall. And now Tuka's coming in. The Shroom locking them down. And there is no escape because of the slows. Tuka doing a lot of damage of the follow-up from Teemo.
Yeah, wow, this Teemo Nautilus pick is...
It's actually working!
Yeah, it's gone well. Everyone was just like, no, they're gonna lose.
And so was I. It looks like they will back off for now, get those items, and then probably start pushing down, I would say, the bottom turret, because it's still the outer turret and very, very easy to push down 25 minutes into the game. But I gotta say, you know, Team SK Telecom, I mean, what can they do to come back from this?
I don't know. ADC's, Jinx has so much more gold than what Sivir has, so it's really hard for her to carry in the team fights.
10,000 to 7.5, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a bit of a devastating lead. I think we're going to see some sneaky devil play with Raimi, just trying to catch someone out. I think a lot will be coming down to Psychologist, trying to do some work. I believe that's trying to get a Rilay's coming out, just a bit more of a slowing. But yeah, hashtag Baron Swag for Team Swag. They
got Baron Swag.
Yeah, they definitely have Baron Swag. They're pretty fat right now.
And Dragon Swag, apparently.
Patch faces are looking powerful. He won't be able to, I don't know. If he does get targeted, he will take a long time to get taken out. He has a lot of resistances, he's got a lot of health. A lot of the damage is magical, which actually does hit him, which is Cassiopeia's or Shyvana's, so I don't really know how this is going out. Shyvana trying to get some more.
Oh, Raiden may get caught by Light Bite, and Spell Shield was in time. Nice work, Raiden. That could have been awful, but the Zap actually did a lot of damage. And so it's Final Spark as well. Dredgeline going in would finish off. Death Rocket actually missed. The Dredgeline was too late, but maybe an efficient one. Light Binding again, didn't quite find its mark. Psychologist incredibly low. Tuka picking that one up with her insane damage. And its inhib turret isn't looking too strong right now, as it is a 3 for 5. Harry being quite weak from that one. Not sure how exactly the Rigid getting focused target. The Devil actually going in with the Vault Breaker onto the patch phase, but he is so damn tanky.
Yeah, you can't do nothing to him. He's only dropped just below half now, and he took a lot of attacks then, a lot of abilities. But yeah, Psychologist getting caught out. Thresh just landing his death sentences, and that became a dead snake, really. It's a great job. He's doing some pretty nasty hooks this game. Why Harry, again, pushing that bottom lane, dropping down that Shroom. That Shroom can take out like an entire minion wave now. Look at that burn.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, actually.
Yeah.
The inhib turret hasn't quite been taken down. And keep in mind now, since I think 3.14, the inhib turrets actually regenerate their health. It's very slow, like at least compared to Nexus turrets, but if they can't finish that tower off, it will actually regenerate its health back up to full.
Yeah, eventually it will do, but even if they do, they can take that inhibitor, and then that inhibitor, the minions the super minions are a lot more stronger than what they used to be. But I think everyone knows that now. I think we've talked about it a lot. But yeah, there's a static shiv coming out to Jinx. Static shiv is a really strong ability because you can hit the entire team if you get one auto attack. And there's a couple of videos where I've seen people just pick up kills just because of the static shiv, so it works out quite beneficial. But
yeah. One thing I want to say, I don't think we've seen many nice petrifies from a Psychologist. There really hasn't been any team fight where he's managed to land it on more than one target.
If there has been a team fight, Raimi and...
Oh, actually, a solid barrier to Battle Lagoon here. There is a Shroom to slow him down. Solar Flare didn't quite connect. Final Spark wasn't too great, but will take down the Devil. Meanwhile, a lot of David's going down here. Randall's will slow down SK Telecom, picking up another kill on T-Sneak. Now, Raimi as well will get blasted and finished off by Barrel Lagoon, so that just went sour for SK Telecom.
Yeah, that's another one of those passengers landing. I'm just confused now. Thresh just doing a great job in pulling in Psychologist there and just getting destroyed. And then after, but yeah, as you were saying, we haven't seen why Harry wasn't even there for that fight. It was a 4v5 with Baron, and then it went straight to Team Swag.
Yeah, I think the positioning wasn't very good, so they will lose that middle inhib and the inner turret. Probably nothing more after that, as Psychologist is spawning soon with Raimi. Not long after, Harry's out of mana. Actually, they may try and push this inhib turret.
It's a good question. I don't know why Vi has a Trinity Force. I think she's looking to do a lot more damage when she's actually in there instead of just doing straight tanking. So when she does, she actually becomes like an actual target. So they either choose someone else to fight or fight Vi, and if they choose someone else, Vi will still be doing a lot of damage, and she can keep getting those procs back really easy with her forcing.
Ooh, Psychologist almost getting taken out by the Final Spike. Death Rocket actually didn't quite connect. I think she was weakened by the Shrooms as well. But Tuka is farming all over the place here. Raiden getting absolutely destroyed. Rickon moving in as well. We'll go balls deep onto Raiden though. Final spark of Solar Flare will slow down Tuka, but now Patchface is here party as well. And so is our Y. Rickon is incredibly low, but actually Tuka gets shut down by Sneaky Devil here. But now it's Damage versus Patchface. Sneaky Devil isn't looking too strong as well as the super minions. Randuins though will slow down Sneaky Devil. They're going to back off from that one.
Yeah, they did. I think they picked it up, but then I do see they have no one else besides Team to help back them up. I think they're on the drive right now, but the rest of Team SK Telecom are coming in to help defend that. So I don't know about this.
We do have both of the big objectives spawning soon, Dragon and Baron, coming up at basically the same time, and I really just don't see how SK Telecom can actually contest those objectives. Otherwise, Team Swag is going to get more and more of these gold, especially with the Baron buff, giving them an even bigger edge in these team fights here. There's only really the inner turret in the bottom lane left, and the super minions in the mid lane are really containing them.
If Team Swag keep playing the way they are, I believe they will take this. But we've seen some really good plays from Team SK Telecom in the past. They probably can. And wow, that map is full of eggs, shrooms. But you can't really go through their own jungle without being revealed, and you actually get shredded a fair amount from the Leandres and the slow from Team of Shrooms. So
well, yeah, I do like that, how they've got shrooms like all over the top jungle. They've pretty much just ignored the bottom one, and they have AWP. It has to burn the flash over the wall, and now Sneaky Devil running through a couple of shrooms himself, but they're positioning for this Baron as it is spawning in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I believe it will go towards Team Swag unless we get a sneaky steal from Sneaky Devil.
And that's happened before, yeah. The Bolt Breaker into the Smite was fantastic, but at this stage, there's just no way they can really do this, because they're going to have plenty of notice. They can't go for the Baron contest without walking through.
Well, they're going to stay out of the brushes at the moment. But
then there's the minions, and they will reveal, so they can't steal it sneakily. And with the Baron buff actually going to go in for the kill, I think the Talisman of Ascension will pop. Dragon's Descent will be a nice escape there, but the Zap will slow Rami down for the follow-up damage from the rest of the team. Nice Dredge Line will pick up the kill with the auto attacks of Tuka, and now it is a 4v5 against a Baroned up Swag. So this is not looking good for SK Telecom, as this bottom lane inhib turret will surely get taken out in a handful of minion waves.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad for shape. So Shiva picking up that Phantom Dancer. But yeah, if they can keep them come near and they can just pull them in, they got a double pull, and that's so devastating if it actually lands.
Harry is split pushing, which is a very good idea. I like that split pushing because Harry is so mobile, and they'll get both of these inhibs. And we actually saw a death sentence actually onto Psychologist, as well as the box to lock him down, and that is now another death for SK Telecom. So now it is a 3 for 5 until Rami respawns in a handful of seconds. But this Nexus turret will get blasted out. Rami going in for the invade, but no Dragon's Descent. He burned it before, so he's going to lose that first Nexus turret. The second one probably will be soon afterwards. Patchface is so tanky, he can really sort of bully the squishies of Team Swag. Final spiling a lot of damage. Rami's incredibly low. Damage actually getting focused, but not in time there. Sneaky Devil gets taken out by the dots of Harry, and now Rigger's getting blasted down. He'll get killed by Barrel of Goon, and the Nexus will be next, and that will be game number 1 by the looks of it here, unless they try and dive under the tower. But even still, that is game 1 of the grand finals. Well played, Team Swag, ripping apart everyone's expectations here, making the Teemo and Nautilus pick. It actually worked. Like, it really did work.
Yeah, it did work this time around. I don't know if they'll be able to pull out again. It'll be interesting the kind of pick of bands they'll be doing next time around. But when he did get the ganks, like the early games, it went really well, and he shut down Shyvana in the bot lane quite early, and then he came up again for a gank, and he also got some pretty good brush ganks. But they have some really long range CC coming out from Team Swag. They had not Teemo, everyone but Teemo had the long range CC. Teemo had like CC around the map. It's the surprise CC, but yeah, the pull from Nautilus, you had the pull from Thresh, you had the long range zap from Jinx, and you had the Lux light binding, as well as the
Lucent Singularity for the slow?
Singularity, yeah. And
right.
if anything lands of that, the rest of the team can follow up more CC then afterwards.
Because it was a good sieging, but it was also a good picking comp. So I actually kind of like the comp, because like sometimes you see those weird comps and like it works because they're just better than them.
Yep.
But in that case, I don't think it was that. I think they legitimately played to the strengths of those champions. So let's see how they go in game number 2. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see if they they stick with that weird team comp, or if they try and do something a bit more conventional.
Well, I think there was all counter picks towards Shyvana. Like they picked the Teemo against Shyvana. I think they.
Well, so you're saying Teemo is now a counter pick to Shyvana?
No, I think they.
That's what you just.
I did, but I think that's why they picked Teemo to try to counter Shyvana. I don't believe Teemo is a counter pick to Shyvana.
I don't think in the lane. I mean, they didn't really win the lane.
No, and
He sort of had the lane late game because Shyvana couldn't really like push the towers, but early game at least, you know, if it weren't for Nautilus getting that early kill, then I think Shyvana would have had a fun time. So let's should join the game soon. I don't think we'll have to pause unless you have anything you want to sort of administrate.
Game sounds good.
They're good?
handling
Yeah.
well that.
I turned them down a little bit during the game.
Do you want to check if the local recording is actually recording?
Well, it doesn't really matter if it isn't, because I can just get it off Twitch.
Exactly.
Local recording, where is that? Oh, yeah, should be. Local recording. So I will post these videos onto my YouTube account. Speaking of which, plug time! YouTube.com/Machine0. So we post a lot of League of Legends, and we'll post these videos there as well. Okay, so I'll join back into this game as Swizmar goes to have a slash or some kind. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. And alright, take over, Joel. You're my new co-caster. Entertain the audience with your.
Nautilus. Nautilus, so good now.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him being played in a very long time.
Yeah, I didn't mind seeing Nautilus come out
He's-
for once. Yeah.
It's sort of like come closer. They can't really hear you. It's sort of like Sejuani, really. They're very sort of similar play styles.
Yeah.
Not really a lot of damage, but a whole bunch of CC. You can really lock someone down. Dredgeline, it's kind of similar to Glacial Prison, I believe. Except Glacial Prison can affect several targets. But it's like a skill shot where Dredgeline's a target, so it's similar. I think Glacial Prison's a lot better than Dredgeline, but, you know, similar effect.
Do you think we'll see Rengar banned this game? Or?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Was
surprise me.
banned last game? I didn't.
Yeah, he
see
was.
it.
Yeah, he was banned last game. He's incredibly strong. Incredibly strong.
Yes, it is.
The one and only. The Joel who lets us stream at his house
Yeah, too easy.
and gives
Can
us
do.
water and lets us know if our game sounds too loud.
Too bad.
That's awesome, because at RFLAN that wasn't the case. So the game sounds were too loud and no one told us.